Yo, what's happening? Miss y'all. I mean, obviously I've been live streaming, but this is actually an official episode. Welcome to the Amaury Love Podcast, episode 7, The Rapper. As y'all know, my birthday just passed. I dropped a tape. I dropped a bunch of shit high key in a short period of time. And I'm excited because even one of the homies hit me up. I was like, damn, bro, we know you dropped that shit as a YouTube video in the beginning of the year, but hearing that versus hearing how it sound now is almost like, I mean, again, from his perspective, it's just like hearing a new album again. So, I'll make sure I'm speaking to the mic because I realize I got to get better with the audio. Let me raise it. Oh, that's already up. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just in gratitude because I'm seeing and it's weird too. I was again y'all know, I'm a decade in up and coming artist. So I'm at the lowest tier. So when things start moving a little bit more than normal, I'm like, why? What the fuck? So interesting, right? Because today's episode title is The Rapper. This is the official 7th episode, technically 8. And I want to talk about, because the album is out, I kind of gave y'all my history from my first mixtape up until the present. And now I think it's dope to be able to talk about the artists and the rappers that influence me and that I love and shit like that. I wanted to make this episode geared toward that. Cause selfishly as an MC, that's one of my goals. I want to work on my goats, bruh. Fuck out of here. That's you know what I mean? In a weird way, I look at it like superheroes, right? I feel like I'm Deadpool. Bro, I want to fucking what? I'm trying to go fight Thanos with y'all too. What's going on? What I gotta do? And I'm just playing about the battle thing, but I'm just saying I want to participate, and on my road to being the greatest version of myself. You get what I'm saying? I know I'm nice, I know I'm ill, all that stuff like that, but I'm not. I know there's room for growth. I recognize the areas where I lack in, and you know what I'm saying? Slowly but surely, you know what I'm saying? But that's something I can't wait for, bruh. I can't wait. And it's interesting because I don't understand, because all right, just like what Jay-Z said, right? About competing, right, versus collaborating or whatever the case may be. And I know I'm butchering the statement, but it was pretty much along the lines of he said something along the lines battles, which I think that does exist in the space, but I feel like it's the way that you want to compete. You know what I mean? And what you lean into. So at least for me, because I feel like there's so many good fucking rappers. There's phenomenal fucking rappers. I would love to see, and this is just from my perspective as an underground artist, whatever. But I would love to see more collaboration, because most people when they collaborate too, they're not even going for it like that. You remember songs like 6 Minutes of Death with Cassidy, Fabulous, and Wayne. They going for it, and it don't matter who had the best verse, because everyone's gonna be biased whoever they like anyway. You know what I mean? But they were going for it, so it a lot. And again, I don't know how the song was made, but I'm just giving an example of having 3 different artists that might kind of sound different, but they're just skill set wise, they just as good as each other, and they're going for it. They're giving them the best version of themselves. I would love to see that with the modern artists. Not to say, because we want slaps too and all this type of stuff, but I just think, from a standpoint of getting better. Imagine watching the NBA and the basketball players ain't want to be good no more. They just trying to do the fancy shit. Would you watch a basketball game if they're not really trying to play? I think I seen something where it's talking about the All-Star game, and the All-Star game, people just having fun versus how it was in the 2000s where they're fuck, all the goats are on the fucking court. Hold up, y'all gotta go crazy. That shit got, you know what I'm saying? Imagine, when you play 2K, if you play that bitch on easy, you just feel like everything go in, but it's not. You know what I mean? Like, I think that was a bad analogy because what I was really trying to say is that when all the goats are participating at the same time, you, bro, if you're watching a basketball game, even if you could play basketball, you could watch every basketball game, but you are not LeBron James, bro. You could have seen every LeBron James highlight, the way that LeBron James hit that goddamn swisher, how his good at it, all that. But everybody's not LeBron James. You know what I mean? And I guess the point that I'm making, what was the point that I'm making? Damn, I lost train of thought. Put that shit on the counter. One thing. I'm gonna have to eventually do this on the actual stream. Put the shit on the number. Yeah, but anyways, man, like I am such a fan of just like, cause I was thinking about it too. Y'all know I just came from vacation. And even though like the first 2 days, bro, I just slept. I really thought I'm finna turn up, bro. I'm in the west side of the goddamn Puerto Rico. I'm singing. I'm finna have some great, bro. I was asleep. I ain't do shit. Got rest though, right? And watched and finished Luke Cage. That shit was so gas, bro. I can't believe it took so long to finish it. But that's neither here nor there. But I recognize that even just like what influences me and what I gravitate toward is really like not lean, but really it really comes from a place of like nostalgia, right? Because I remember what I gravitated toward when I was a child. I remember what I really loved. It was songs that I was like, yo, I used to listen to this all the fucking time. Or have the random mix CDs where you just got CDs in your car and this is like your homie might have gave you a mix CD. You got some shit that you burnt yourself and fucking, you know what I'm saying, your girlfriend got one because her brother gave her one, and then, you know what I'm saying, just how I was digesting music and what I was exposed to. Oh, because like for instance, right, I just did a freestyle and Take It to the House, right? And I've been thinking about this since GNX dropped, because I'm like, yo, Dot is such a fucking genius. And it's so dope that, like, what people always wanted, well, I can't, I'm not, I'm a West Coast fan, but I don't know what it looks like, the temperament, like, especially with people in the West Coast, it's like, Dot actually hopping on, like, working with Mustard and, like, sonically paying homage to, his area was so fucking fire. Because at this point, Kendrick is, at the max apex of fucking rap as far as, like, skill set wise, conceptually, you know what I'm saying, even image wise, like, he's literally the golden child. So it was ill that he was like, all right, cool, yeah, but this is who, you know what I'm saying, this is where I'm from. This is who I am. And I'm gonna get y'all with these bops. And still doing it a way where it's digestible and it's still, like, think about, like, Squabble Up or fucking, Turn the TV Off, or, like, these are goddamn anthem songs, but it's still high level rap, but it's digestible. Anyways, right, I was like, man, I wonder what that sound like for me, right? Because I was just thinking about the things that I was influenced growing up to, what is, because it's interesting when you think of, like, the East Coast or think of, like, old school hip hop, you could, depending on your age, there's a sound that's going to come to your head. And the same thing with the West Coast, or even when you think of the South, right? Just and obviously Miami or Florida is a part of that, but just the South in general, depending on where you're in the South, Houston necessarily doesn't sound like Atlanta, and Atlanta doesn't sound like Florida or Miami, and so on and so forth. So a lot of songs that, and again, this is probably just my ignorance to it as well, but there's songs that I remember listening to in the house parties we used to go to, right? That it'll ring all the time. Everybody knew them. But in my perspective, everybody know these songs, right? Fast forward, I go on YouTube, I'm like, oh, this shit, what? This was the fucking slap. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? So, because I think it's so dope, especially, like, this is what I'm a I'm biased to the West Coast. So a lot of my favorite rappers from the West Coast, Tupac, Kendrick, The Game, like you know what I'm saying, like, and long fucking line, but I don't want to go into names because I'm forgetting people and all type of shit. Obviously, people like Snoop Dogg and fucking like Corrupt and all type of shit. But I don't want to fucking butcher anything, whatever. Anyways, I say this to say that like there's a beauty in the history of the culture sonically that has existed for a long time, and we're just all aspects of hip hop, right? And what I was thinking was, I was like, damn, bro, like even though when people think, like when in the hip hop purists, you think about Miami rap, it starts at bass, and then you go to Trick Daddy, then you go to Ross, and then like Flo Rida, and you know what I'm saying. But the there's so much in between that hasn't been like documented because it wasn't things that were, showed everywhere. You get what I'm saying? Like, because again, at least for me, right? Iceberg was a big part of my childhood, bro. They was playing Iceberg at the Southridge pep rallies, at goddamn, and then in that time frame, there's a lot of rappers, like, goddamn, fucking like Briscoe was another person who's dropping slaps, and that song was ringing too. Bitch on me, bitch on me, bitch on me. That's like direct reference from the song Brand New Day. And like Ball Greasy, and then you had like Grind Mode. I fuck with Grind Mode Chaos. That's a real one. And yeah, bro. Like, so there's like I you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn it. I wish there was more light on like the history of Miami hip hop, because it's in different spaces. Like even because I believe I was hearing DJ EFN, because he's the one who put me on to Mother Superior, right? I'm saying like he told me directly. I was watching something, he said it. But he was talking about Mother Superior, and when I went back to listen to Mother Superior and I'm listening to her rap, I'm like, oh my god, she is disgusting. Oh my, this is crazy. Like, she was so fucking fire. And I'll be butchering the story, so I don't know like specifically the ins and outs, but because of whatever with the record label, whatever, she, again, I don't know. I wish I could had this shit committed to memory and just say it like this, but obviously I'm not prepared. I'm doing this shit off the fly. But but yeah, bro, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, oh man, like, why, this, I feel like our Miami hip hop scene wasn't properly documented. Cause and then you think about like my generation of like when I was in my early, like mid 20s, really, cause that's when I started performing. But like even the people that were out, like I remember Ski Black, like he had a movement like a motherfucker. Like I think his brand was called Mob Life, and like I remember everyone had the hoodies and all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying, like that shit was fire. And I like, it was a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Even obviously like Mike Smith ended up signing to like Slip and Slide and stuff. And he got classics, and you know what I'm saying, and down south. So it's so much history that's not, I feel like it's not properly documented, and I don't understand. I don't understand it from a business aspect or from a how it works, because I don't know how our infrastructure is, right? And even when you think about it, like we got someone like Denzel Curry is phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Denzel Curry, I would argue Denzel Curry got classics. Like I love Taboo. Taboo is my fucking shit. It's funny, right? I always say this, but the intro and track 2 on Taboo is the illest track 1 and track 2 transition in any song, any album I ever heard. Like, just, I mean, it's just flawless. I'm like, oh my god, this is fire as fuck. He's rapping, this shit sounds soulful and beautiful, but this shit like kind of, you know what I'm saying, he's saying some shit on here too. Anyways, but yeah, Miami got some shit, bruh. You know what I'm saying? South Florida got some shit. Florida got some shit. And I hope that, like, cause it's funny too. I think about it, right? Because like, we all influence different. I think about growing up, even though me and the homies, we always, we all listen to relatively the same thing, but we all have like our favorites and shit like that, right? Obviously, Wayne has always been my favorite. As a matter of fact, I actually remember the day Wayne became my favorite rapper. It might sound crazy, but it's I guess that's how I remember it in my head because these two things happened relatively around the same time. Whenever the Carter 2 came out, when it was either I don't know if it was the first day or the first week. My boy Ronald, shout out to Pride of Truth. Um, we was in science class and bro was like, "Hey, bro, the Carter 2 is fire." Woo, woo, woo. So I remember listening to the Carter 2 science class for like front and back for the first time because we was in that bitch bullshit. He said it too. He was like, "Yeah, bro, you know I was going to put you on the Carter 2." But then a little bit, I don't know if it was before or after, but I had a homie that, cause back in South Ridge, right? It's funny, during lunchtime in South Ridge, we had 2 lunches, and it was 30 minutes. So they're literally like back to back. At least how it was in 11th and 12th grade. Cause for some reason we had 8 fucking classes. I don't know what they was trying to do, but anyways, in the back, it'll just be people ciphering the whole time, like, and I remember like it was a big thing. I wish I had that like story, like, yeah, bro, back in high school, I was back ciphering with everybody. Nah, bro, I was in that bitch like that's crazy. Y'all got me fucked up. I'm gonna get killed out here. These people dead ass serious. And I remember specifically one of the homies, Roderick. I remember one morning he was like on the bus, like listening to 50 Cent Crazy, and he was excited, like, yeah, bro, I'm finna get him today in the goddamn at lunch. But yeah, bro, like, so on the lunch breaks, everybody used to like cipher in the back and shit like that. So it was interesting because like everybody had whatever they listen to. Anyways, my bad. I brought that up to say that one of the homies that he used to be one of the nicest rappers in like the cipher group or whatever. His name was Jacquees, I believe. Is it Jacquez or Jacquees? It's one of them, bro. Damn, shout out to you, bro. I ain't talked to you guys a long ass time, bro. But he my bad. I'm doing this horribly visually. Like, to audio, y'all probably like, it's cool. Visually, y'all probably like, what the fuck? What are you looking at? My bad, bro. So he gave me a CD called the Carter Collection, right? It was blank, like a CD, a white CD, and had the Carter Collection written on that bitch with fucking magic marker. And I remember on that album it had fucking and I'm probably sure I said this shit before, but if you're hearing this for the first time, well, here we go. But it has songs like "This Is What I Call Her," "Pump That Bass," like the old school version. I don't want Big Sean. The one Big Sean is dope too. The what like Miss fucking what else was on there, bro? There's a lot of shit, bro. But that was and I remember specifically listening to it. I don't know, I was on a trip with uncles or some shit like that. But that, I remember listening to that. I'm like, yo, Wayne is crazy, bro. I used to love the OG version of Pump That Bass. Pump that bass. I see him in look at me. I do right to make you my wife. I could be in security. Oh my god, bro, that shit is so gas, bro. That used to be one of my favorite songs. That's in like the Napster Kazaa times, cause that's how we was consuming a lot of our music. Like, I remember, like, even some of the homies had Zooms. Y'all remember that shit? The Zoom was like an iPod, but it was different. It was like kind of, it looked like some shit, like some Xbox, cause it was Microsoft, wasn't it? Zoom was Microsoft. That bitch looked like some goddamn, it looked like an iPhone now. But yeah, bruh. So we download the music to your shit, cause we still have CD. I always had CDs. But then again, I always had an old car. Like, I think my first car was the 95 Avenger. Then, what was my next car? I had my mama van for a bit. And then I moved out and I got the van. But then I crashed that bitch. Well, I didn't crash it. My roommate crashed it. Leaving work out of Lorica. I have a picture of that shit too. It's funny, bro. It looked like they just make fun of me. They're like, bro, you want to be Kendrick so bad, you in the van? Like, bro, it's my mama van, it's my real life. But yeah. So, anyways, bro, I would not buy a car if it didn't have a CD player. So I always had CDs in the car. But we download a lot of music constantly. So I remember, I think at first it was Napster that you could download music without fucking paying or nothing like that. It was just like a service, like, or was it Kazaa? I think it was Kazaa, bro, because it was like Kazaa. It was like Napster, Kazaa, then LimeWire. Then they have Frostwire and all types of other shit or whatever. So you just type in whatever rapper name you want to type in and just download all this shit. And that's the same thing with like Soldier Boy. Bruh, Soldier Boy used to have us rolling, bruh. Like, what's that song, bruh? Cause you know it's funny. You download a song, you think you getting 50 Cent in the club, and you fucking hear, yeah, bitch, yeah. Yo, bro, we just playing it and just die laughing, bro. I appreciate my friends, bro, cause we definitely got a sense of humor, bro. That shit be funny as fuck. It's funny too, bro. The first project I ever been a part of in my life is called the SPG tape, right? It's only on SoundCloud, and I know the homies would kill me if I download that bitch and throw it on my YouTube. I want to do it so bad, cause it's the funniest thing ever. I'm about to. Man, I'm gonna call the group chat real quick. Let me see if they pick up. Oh, motherfucker. Whatever, fuck it. Hold on. Let me see. Damn, why on my phone? Oh, that bitch in my pocket. Tripping. Hold on, bro. Let me see that pick up. Oh, I'm off tomorrow. My bad, guy. Cause I've been off for like a week and a half. Not a week and a half, but like 7-8 days. This shit weird. Let me see if they pick up. Yo, what you on, Brody?
What's happening, boy?
I'm on the live right now, bro. I'm on my official podcast, bro. And I just want, cause I was talking about this, I'm like, damn, I need to hit the group chat. I want to see, cause I like talking about it is a little different.
What's poppin'?
So, do you think like the boys would ever let me drop the SPG tape on my YouTube?
Nigga, fuck no, nigga. Nigga, Fat Boy sent a missile to your shit.
Bruh. This shit is so gas, bro. You gotta think about it. Right now. Crank that grandma go crazy on TikTok.
That nigga Carl, they gon' release him from the military, nigga. Cause that shit, that nigga gonna be on dishonorable discharge and shit.
Bruh, for real. It's funny as fuck. Yo, Fat, what's happening? Hey, I'm on a pod, bro. Just for context. Don't say crazy. Hey, Fat, bruh. I just asked Nick this, right? But I want to ask you. You let me drop the SPG mixtape on the YouTube?
Wait, my bad. Better was talking rapping?
My bad. Niggas is rich, got meta glasses and shit. I'm sorry that your AI was talking to you and interrupted me.
$200, nigga. You that cost more than that.
Shit, I got cash advances that are about the same price. Cash advance out right now. No,
They actually load the price down. They actually load all the prices down on the metas.
For real? Cause they about to drop the ill version with the video shit. Watch. I'm not tapped in, but I'm sure that's what's coming without the fucking little wristband thing. But Fat, bro, no, I was asking was, bro, like, it's cool that I dropped the SPG tape on the YouTube.
Bro, come on, bro. I don't know who that is. That ain't me, so.
Bruh. You know what's crazy? I didn't notice this either, but me and Nick only got a verse on that bitch. Everybody else was rapping their ass off, bruh. And you know,
freestyle now. I got at least amount of verses. What?
Nah.
Nigga. I was on that shit once, I think.
Yeah, me too. You know, I was really trying to rap. And then Joffrey fucking dissed me on the same song, bro. Rest in peace. That was so funny, bro.
Hey, hoe ass nigga, I know you see my message, hoe ass nigga.
Who?
Nigga, I've been busy all. No, I ain't see your message. What's up? Me? I just need the Suno password, man. That's it, little daddy. Nigga, I told you.
Pause, bruh. Niggas on a lot. Lil Daddy's crazy, bruh. Hey, just for context, Nick's favorite rapper is Diddy. No, I'm just fucking with you.
That's your favorite rappers, man.
Nah.
Hey, I got let out of work. Earlier today.
Oh, word. Wait, what you on?
What am I on?
I'm gonna go home. I'm going to you that boy like Sanji. He about to do push-ups, like in the air push-ups, 3 sets of 100.
Nah, nigga, I'm about to go home, chill, eat this meal prep I made, kick back, clean up, cause I'm off the next 5 anyway. So fuck it.
So that's what we on. Oh, hey, all right. So look, cause this is kind of the topic of the pod. Cause the rap, whatever, right? Cause I'm talking about what I'm influencing shit by. So I'm curious to hear y'all perspectives, right? Like, and I make this as a joke, right? But I actually think this is dope as fuck. Fat boy, remember you listening to Mano Heavy?
No, that's crazy.
No, bruh, what? Yo, so we not, so this not a real thing. I ain't just making this shit up.
Jose, bro. Jose listen to anybody now, but hip hop dying.
Bruh, yo, I promise you, bruh. Nick, am I capping, bruh? Was not a time that Fat was listening to Mano Heavy?
Hell yeah, he don't want to admit it. He don't like that.
Bruh, and,
Y'all wildin', bro.
see, y'all gonna make this shit look bad on me. Mano, oh, why the fuck y'all talking about me? No, I be this with all. No, bro, I'm pop. See, y'all gonna get me in trouble, bruh. Hey. I be let y'all know my homies got nothing to do with the fuck I'm talking about. I was saying this because now you know be crack. Can you imagine a motherfucker clip this shit and he's like fuck me? Nah, I'm in trouble. That nigga got beef with me because my dog said fuck. No, bruh. No, cause you know I thought it was lit cause like right now, right? Mano, Davies, Jim Jones, and Fabulous got a podcast, right? Called damn, what's the fucking shit called? Now let's rap. Chill out. Wait, just listen. Let me build, cuz. So they got a podcast called Let's Rap About Podcast, and it's actually doing pretty successful. It's dope and just hit. You know, like how we chop it up and talk about whatever. That's kind of how they sound when they talking about whatever topics they talking about. It sounds like homies just having a conversation. But anyways, I say this to say I thought it was dope because I'm like, damn, Mano low-key getting his flowers now. I was like, man, Fat Boy been on Mano. But see, now you denying it like it's a bad thing. And I'm like, bro, what's wrong with you, bro?
For one, I ain't been on no other man.
Pause. Bruh, pause,
What
bruh.
you on tonight, my boy?
What you mean? I'm just saying.
That nigga on Mano.
That nigga asking nigga what he on when he on.
I'm over here trying to give a motherfucker their flowers, and this nigga was like, nah, fuck that. What the fuck you talking about? All right, my bad, bro. Whatever. All right, so Fat. So
What's the question, nigga?
I guess like, bro. All right, so who's y'all favorite rappers, bro? Like, and not I'm not talking about the GOAT tier list and what the fucking public. I mean, just like to y'all, like, you know what I'm saying, who y'all fuck with, just no like straight bias, not fucking regular. Oh, Tupac, Biggie, Jay-Z, you know what I mean? Y'all bias shit.
I think niggas favorite changes, bro. Like when I was growing up, it was absolutely Tupac. I listened to Tupac the most, like growing up, like as an elementary, middle school. I mean, but I think in eras of changes, like I'm in 9th and 10th grade is Wayne, bro. Like, ain't no way you gonna tell me the drought wasn't like, that shit was fulfilling a drought in hip hop. So it changes from time to time. At one point it's Kendrick, and next point is J. Cole. I think it aligns with who's some of the greats at that very moment. But I think if we talking about just like on some niche shit, like an artist I listen to that I'm like, yo, this motherfucker is the one. Man, that's so hard. I think that is very fucking tough.
Not the one per se, but like if you had to pick 5 rappers that you could listen to whenever, right? Like, oh, this is my favorite shit. Not necessarily what you think is the best songs ever, but more so just like, oh, this is me. This is what I lean into.
Oh, I mean, if you're gonna give me my 5, I'm gonna say Pac, Cole up there, Drake, Kendrick, and
Cannabis.
I mean,
I was playing.
That's funny. I mean, obviously I got niggas like Andre 3000, but I love Andre 3000. But my nigga, you don't. Andre 3000 doesn't have a single album. Like he doesn't have an album by himself.
Yeah, he do. He got the Love Below. That don't count.
Nigga, one album don't count, bro. There's a difference in creativity when you're going from album 1 to album 5. You know what I mean? There's a different level of motivation.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like, and I can't hold you to the standards. I can't put you up there with J. Cole, or a nigga that has done that. Like, I just can't. Even though that sounds crazy to say, but it's the truth, bro. That's why I like sports so much, because nothing speaks nothing can override results. Your emotions can't override results. Your emotions can't. And I think a lot of people, when it comes to art, a lot of people go with their heart and what they motherfucking and subjective as fuck. Like they be like, but I feel like, no, nigga, what are the results? The results are Cole has been on top for a minute. Plus, he's putting out music, and he's not sacrificing his form of art form, but he's also like popular at that. You got to give a nigga that. So, like I said, Drake, Cole, Kendrick, Tupac, and Eminem. Eminem.
I remember when you put me out to.
Kanye, fuck. Kanye.
Don't it get tricky the further you go back, because like
Kanye. Now that I think about it, Kanye got to be in everybody's top, man. That nigga is our generation, man.
It is, bro.
That nigga's so versatile.
I'm so conflicted because I haven't listened to Bully, right? Like it's hard for me to listen to anything new because of all the bullshit around Kanye, right? But you can't doubt you know what I'm saying, when you talk like even up to Life of Pablo. I remember I listened to Life of Pablo for the first time with we was at Travis' house, and there was a bunch of people there. We listened to I've never been in a room full of people and listened to a whole album. Like everyone was excited to hear this shit from front to back. Motherfuckers got tears in their eyes when they heard Chance verse.
Like Kanye got the most versatile. Like you can have 10 niggas in one room and everybody can tell you a different album is their favorite. Like yeah, Kendrick and Cole got that, but then no. Like when it comes to versatile, like that nigga Kanye hits every fucking genre.
Yeah, that's a motherfucking fact. I think like Kanye. Yeah, my bad. I mean, I skipped him. He's definitely. It might be Tupac, then Kanye.
Like, God damn.
Keep it, bruh. Think about the nigga out, bruh. He's had back to back classics, bruh. Like, college dropout.
And he mended with the eras. Like he made remember when fucking Power and all that shit came out, and even Niggas in Paris and all that shit came out. That shit was like
I ain't gonna lie, yeah. When Power first dropped, that shit was wild, bro. People doing Illuminati videos and shit.
Wait, think about the year we was in though, like when it dropped.
Yeah.
Like the phrase we was in. It's just different.
Yeah. He made dropping the album an event, bro. Like you heard a Ye beat, you like, ugh. Like so I just think, man, like my opinion, if he not in a nigga top 5, you going crazy, bro. I'm talking about I'm coming home again. You think about me now and then, nigga. I'm listening to that bit. You think about me now and then, nigga. I'm listening to that bit in high school, like, bro. Nah, man. I think he was our era, you know.
Yeah.
Like, he was our backpack era, bro. He took the game from being a gangster rapper, right? The rap game from being a gangster rapper to you could wear backpacks and be fresh and have on a polo shirt. And that was our shit. Remember when we walked in a hood ass basketball game, niggas like, damn, that's the Kanye clique. Come on, like,
That's true, bro.
Come on, bro.
Just fresh and out the way, bro. Like, look, we here for the bitches. Like, I don't know what y'all on, bro.
I'm here for the bitches, bro. Like, what you talking about?
But nah, Kanye don't get bought up a lot though. That's the thing though. Like that nigga, I feel like.
But you know what? When you go back and you look at it, you realize, oh no, this nigga is top 3. He top 3 in my opinion. Like classics. We talking about classic after classic.
See, but my argument, not argue, because you know we talking about. I mean, because I feel like Kendrick has that now, like in consecutive. Because I don't, you know what I mean. Like at least in my opinion, I still look at Mr. Morale and GNX like, oh, it's a classic to me, right? Because even if it's polarizing, right? Just like how, for instance, how 808 and Heartbreaks, when Kanye first dropped it, you either really fucking loved it or you ain't like it at all. It was no middle ground. So even when
Yeezus, absolutely, even Yeezus.
yes, and Yeezus is fire. I was just talking to a homegirl about that not too long ago. She was telling me about, forgot she was playing something, and I'm like, damn, I remember that, bro. Yeezus was actually.
But you know what I look at in similar vein as Yeezus, not the same, but similar vein in terms of like very either you love it or you hate it, was Untitled and Unmastered, by Kendrick.
Oh my god, bro.
And I love that, even though he wasn't supposed to release it. I think that, like I said, I think that absolutely Kendrick is in that vein. That's why he's on my list. Like, it's Kanye, Pac, Kendrick, Cole, and Drake.
You know what's interesting? I was just thinking about it now. I remember you was telling me, like, bro, you gotta listen to Blank Face, bro. And I had bought 3 albums the same day. I had bought Untitled Unmastered, I had bought the Blank Face LP, and I bought the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Like, random as fuck. I stopped at a random Best Buy that was closing down. Yeah, Untitled Unmastered my shit.
Hey, I might take like one shower. I gotta take a shower real quick.
No.
Pause, bro. You telling people when you go take a shower, bro? That's what we doing now?
That's not gay. I'm telling y'all, I'm about to head back in if I can. I have to get a shower.
I'm just fucking with you.
I just got home though. You know your boy home. But on the peas. But yeah, like, I agree with you, bro. I agree with you 100%. I think Kendrick is in that same vein. I think Kendrick is in that same vein as far as like we're looking at is considered classics. I think he has that. But he has more to do. I think even Cole himself. I don't think he has as much classics, but even Cole himself, I think they're all different iterations of a career that of a great career. Because like I said, I think right now, as far as albums, I like Cole's albums a little better than Drake and Kendrick. I like them a little bit better. But in the earlier phase, I like Cole. I like Kendrick albums better. But I like Drake's motherfucking singles the best at any point. Drake's singles, Drake's verses, like his feature verses, even though all them niggas kill feature verses. I think they have different iterations of an awesome career. I don't like Drake is that nigga, period. And Cole is that motherfucking nigga too. I think they're just all different versions of an amazing rap career. And I think people can't understand that. They're all different. Like, if you have a basketball player, not to be long-winded, you got a basketball player, Drake will be good at motherfucking slam dunking on niggas' head. Like, he not gonna give you
that makes
a
so much
surgical sense. Yeah, like, he not gonna give you a surgical 30 every night, but he gonna give you he gonna give you 24.
He gonna have a replay. He gonna have a highlight in the goddamn.
He gonna have multiple highlights, but he might fuck around. But they gonna double team him. He can't do nothing with that. Cole gonna be consistent as shit. Cole gonna give you 26, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and Kendrick, his ass Cole gonna give you 26 every night. Kendrick gonna give your ass 60, then he gonna give your ass 21, and he gonna give you 40, and 19. Like, that's how I feel about it. I feel like they're different iterations of an awesome artist, but just like I said, just different in different versions. You know what I mean? Like,
nah, but that was such a fire ass analogy, bro. That makes so much fucking sense. The bias in me was like, but I get what you're saying. That makes so much fucking sense. Cause you know what I was in the two. You know what's funny? Similar in the 2000s in art and music, and also in the 2000s in basketball, right? You know how like in the 2010s is when it kind of went to like the big 3 era, right? You had like, you know, Bosh, Wade, and fucking LeBron. Then you had, well, it really started with the Celtics, right? It was Kevin Garnett, goddamn, Ray Allen, yeah. So, but you know, in like the two, like if we, you know, in like the two, when you think about a game, like even like NBA Street Volume 2, right? You didn't have every single basketball player on there, but every team had motherfuckers that was nice in their own fucking way, right? And I felt that way about like in hip hop too. Was kind of like that when you think about when Nelly was popping. You had a Nelly, there was a Ludacris, there was a T.I., there was a fucking Jeezy, there was Nas, there was goddamn M.O.P. randomly come out of nowhere. You had G Unit, you had fucking like it was so much different textures and flavors of music. That like everyone kind of had, they could, you could be the best in your lane. You get, and they was still, and they was willing to participate as far as like, think about a song like Swagger Like Us. That was big at the time. To have Wayne, Jay-Z, T.I., and fucking Kanye on the fucking song.
But think about that, right? Look at that time frame. Look at what that shit led to. Niggas all working together, and niggas like worked together and pushed hip hop further and further and further, and we strayed from that somehow. Everybody's this independent entity. Everybody's a motherfucking diva, bro. Like rap is a full of motherfucking divas, and I'm actually happy that it's in a state that it's in right now. I'm actually happy because a lot of motherfuckers need to go broke and they need to work harder as artists and make better music and more infectious music, because these niggas is hoes. Like they're really divas, bro. Like real nobody working. I remember a nigga One Blood remix, nigga. Everybody and their mama on that bit.
For real, like 20 people on the One Blood remix, bro. But that's the thing. We don't support projects like all right, for instance, right? You just made an amazing point. Back in the day, let's say when the song was fire, everybody rapped on the fucking song, and what it did was it gave more momentum to the song. So like Top Back remix, regular Top Back, not even the regular remix, just the regular song Top Back was a fire ass song. Then boom, Top Back remix. Now you got Jizzle, you got goddamn which Jizzle? You got Jeezy, you got BG, you got fucking Young Dro, and then you got like the Wayne version and shit like that, right? All it did was just make you really love the song. So it don't matter which one you was hearing, it still was the vibe. It don't matter which one pick, I'ma still feel the same way because it was, but people are not doing that no more. Like people drop a project and then go right into the next project. Or like granted, I'm seeing a little change now, right? I think T.I. is actually doing a really good job of like when he dropped the first single off of his last album, he's been pushing it for a long time before he went to the second one. He's just making a bunch of content around the one single, and I kind of appreciate slowing down the pace of you know what I'm saying, this is what you're pushing, right? Like this is the record, you know what I mean? This is a record you believe in, and that makes sense on why he's I think I could be wrong because I don't know versus how this, like, because Drake just dropped, but up to a certain point, not too long ago, T.I. had the highest selling record of any genre of music in 2026 for that single alone. You know what I mean? But it just goes to show, bro, motherfuckers need to make records, bro.
I agree. I think it's very hard because like songs don't live as long as they used to back in the day, and they're not like. And then artists are all beef, bro. Like niggas is real. Like everybody's a step or two, and then so it's like niggas really got ops, and the ops is on like. So I think rap is in a place of like, it's in a place of purge, and it should be like. It should be, man. Like these niggas is divas. I really feel like they divas and they hoes, and we can get back to like working together and making good music and bringing fans from here over here, and we'll just see where it gets from there. Cause it's tough.
Yeah,
man.
bro.
A lot of niggas getting their tours canceled and shit like that. Like, yeah, it's tough, motherfucker. Like, what the fuck you expect? If the economy fucked up, your tour gonna be fucked up, nigga. Think people gonna pay $300 for a ticket to come see your ass?
You know what's crazy? Social media make it look like everyone doing great. I know the motherfucker.
Everybody's getting their tour canceled. Nigga, the baby, Chance the Rapper, all them getting their tours canceled. T-Pain, the big rappers. You can only imagine the rappers that are just fly by night doing drills and shit like that.
I actually beg to differ. I actually think a lot of these artists have a lot more going on than what the fucking media show. Cause even like now, like the people I'm tapped into, I'm a big fan of like Jans and the Baby and all these motherfuckers. So I like my algorithm shows me what's be going on. They have motion, bro, and it's crazy because like there's an argument, there's like a narrative like, oh, like hip hop is down and not in the charts and stuff like that. But yet like there's so many artists that are actually like doing shit and shit's going on, but like the media is not gonna always pay attention to what they doing, so it won't be in the forefront. Like how some people are fans of songs, and some people are like die hard, like, oh, I've heard every song on every album you have, right? When you locked in that way, right? Like you kind of are in the know of stuff, because it's just like the same shit with like, I remember there's some type of narrative there's like, oh, Dochi's an industry plant, and then you're like, what? This girl been dropping every day. She posting shit all type of, she's showing you exactly what she's doing, but yet because the media outlets are not constantly showing your face, it makes it seem like, well, how come this person is so successful, but they don't see that they actually have a real audience or a real fan base. So I feel like it get tricky. You don't think so?
I think so. I think it's hard to tell. It's impossible to tell who's winning and who's not, because at the end of the day, it's like it becomes so niche that the majority of the supporters are going to be people that are fly by night, right? Like the people that are going to go to your concerts and stuff like that, they're going to be fly by night, because the people that are actually tapped in are few and far between. So I think it's very tough to tell. I can't say for sure, but I do know Chance, the Baby, a lot of motherfuckers, even Playboy Cardi have canceled tours because they haven't sold enough tickets. And not to say that they don't have motion or anything like that. I do think that hip hop is in a purge, and I do think that it's in a weird place. But it's not something I don't think it's going to come out of. But it's a business at the end of the day, and because it was just recently put out that, because Chance had that lawsuit with his promoter or whatever the fuck that nigga was, manager, and it came out in the lawsuit that a lot of his tours have been canceled because they said it was he wanted to take time for his family and shit like that, but it's really because they didn't sell enough tickets. And then they tried to do like him and the Baby tried to do a buy one get one free for concert tickets, and they still only sold like 500 seats in a few of them. So like I think that you need a machine behind you, absolutely, to sell. But a lot, bro, even little Baby is under in terms of concert tickets and stuff like that. It's been like that now. It didn't just start though. It's been like that since 2018. It's been like that. Like motherfuckers sales
Like
have
the
been going down
decline,
and
yeah.
down. Yeah, it's been going down. And it's not just like the billboards. It's like streams and everything has been 30% down. But I think it's a purge, just like anything else. Like like anything else.
It's interesting you say that, right? Because I also at the same time, while things are like the purge is happening, right? At the same time, I also feel like the artists that like matter, or like that people's that voices are important, they're kind of standing out in this time frame, right? Like even last year, I think last year I think Big Sean had the illest feature run, like and like going crazy. Like he was on he had a lot of fucking verses out. The man was going like, and it was all hitting, right? And then then it was like the Red Bull freestyle with like him, Absol, Joey Badass, and then like the shit, even the whole battle with like Joey and like Rayvon and then Daylight and all these. You have people that really give a fuck about hip hop participating and kind of doing it the right way too, because that didn't lead to no bullshit or nothing like that. But it some great raps and abilities being shown out. You know what I'm saying? Because like I can't tell the moment where rap changed. Where like, remember at one point in time, when we was listening to music, bro, we was excited about the punchline or the bar. Like the ability of the artist mattered when we're consuming it, because we was waiting for that. Oh shit, you heard what he said? Like, oh, play that shit again. I don't know what the transition was on sonically of when it went from that to like now. It's you're not even. Some people are not even taking the effort to make sure that every letter in their word counts. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I don't know who's to say that like that is the reason for the decline, but like I think effort, and I think also though like what's popular, because back in the day when I like underground used to be for me. Underground used to be blue.
Mm.
Underground used to be motherfucking. No, we can start at the top. Blue. I had dilated peoples. I'm listening to all facets of underground hip hop. Like I'm crate digging.
Mm.
Now underground could be considered. You talking about a nigga? You talking about a nigga? Trippy Red is underground for niggas. You know what I mean? So I think like underground is not necessarily the style of music now. It's more so like you're just an unsigned artist. You're underground. It's like more still the concept of. So I
Yeah.
just feel like for me, I feel like hip hop is so it's changing so much that I think that again I think that's a part of it, and I think it's going through a tough phase because life is changing too, right? Like the Taylor Swifts, the Beyonce, the Jay Z's, the Kendrick Lamars, they're not gonna suffer as much. But you trickle down now to Lil Baby, the Baby, which these niggas are talented as shit and they're amazing, but without a machine behind them, it's gonna be hard for them to pack out and get and they're gonna have to do a lot. You know what I mean? Or so I think Kendrick could have the best tour of 2027, but the game underneath him is crumbling. It's crumbling, and but I say that meaning like I'm pretty sure it's gonna get back to where it's at.
Do
It's
you
just like
think?
any business; it's a cycle.
Do you think, like, the goats, right? Like not just the big three, but the goats all across the board. Just like a Ti, Wayne, the fucking Kendrick Cole, Sean, fucking Chance, all the people that like from the hip hop purist perspective, from the new generation, like we fuck with them. These are our guys, right? Do you think them participating in like with the newer artists that are looked with that same eye, right? I'll argue that like I think Ray Vaughn is nice as fuck. I think AZ Chike is nice as fuck. I think what's buddy from New York? I think it's Kai Cash. I think Kai Cash is nice as fuck. There was a point in time where the like it mattered when Jay Z hopped on Lil Wayne's song. It mattered when you heard Wayne and Kendrick on the song for the first time. It mattered when it's crazy. I remember right before they announced Watch the Throne, I remember hearing that song. I think it's on the Blueprint 3 where Kanye and Jay Z are like damn, I forgot the line, but he has a line like put up like zoom zoom zoom, beat me back, beat me roam roam roam, coming back, what we do? Like it was exciting to hear them on a track like that, and then they drop a project. It was like, oh my god, like it. Those things matter. So do you think that like the hip hop would benefit from the collaboration from like the legacy artists and the new talent that is proven that they're make what I mean, like even someone like Lareezy or even La Russell, or what I'm saying, like
Hello?
yeah, you heard me.
Yeah, what was the question?
God damn, you want me to go through all that shit, bro?
No, I heard what you said, but I'm like, what is the
My bad. My my
question?
my end question is: do you think that it would benefit like the game that the legacy artists start collaborating or making like not just like rapping on a song, but trying to make a real record that's gonna do something with the new the next generation, which I don't even know what that looks like. Who is the Kendrick Cole and Drake of, you know what I'm saying?
I think, I think it's hard to say because
the baby, little baby,
hard.
baby Keem.
Right? All the babies.
All the babies, the baby, little baby, baby Keem. That's the new big three.
I think music has to go into a point of hip hop has gone to a point of a lot of creativity, in my opinion. And this is what I mean by it. And I don't want to be too long winded, but pretty much I think that's an interesting point you made, right? Where I feel like artists have to work fucking together. I think you see the same shit that you were saying with Miami.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people not working together, they not tapping it in this, that, and the third. I think that's what was happening with music, right? Hip hop in general, right? Because people are gonna there was a tweet that said all of the hip hop money, like this is not some shit that's made up. They feel like all the hip hop money is being taken away by Castanet. They
Which
feel like that because he has the generation's ear. Rather than go to a concert, he feel like all the kids that's supposed to be going to concerts and the 20-year-olds and this and the third, they sitting at home on their phone, motherfucker, listening to Castanet stream for 24 hours.
damn.
And that's what people are saying is like, yo, this is where all the hip hop money was going. That's why you see them motherfuckers like, nah, let me get on that Castanet. You feel me? Like, let me. So they feel like it's a lot of it is due to streaming because you know you can only have so much attention.
That's true.
And so to answer your question, bro, I think that there has to be motherfuckers have to get better. You have to have shock value now at these people. Creating music in a way where it's just consumed now, it's not enough. Because there's so much hip hop out there. Motherfucker, everything has already been done and said. You have to be creative as fuck to where you gonna get a motherfucker's attention to where I love this song so much, I gotta keep clicking repeat. Like,
Yeah.
like I gotta keep you. The music now has to supersede everything.
You remember
The music
listening to a Millie for the first time? That shit just something you would play it right after you heard it for the first time because it's like, what the fuck did I just hear, bruh?
And I have a theory on a Millie. I ain't even like a Millie, but it was so infectious that you was just like, it was so weird to the ear that it was like odd. I was like, damn, and I knew everybody a millionaire. I think that niggas have to get more creative. They have to work with artists that they ain't never worked with before, and they gotta I think but
You know what's interesting? I was thinking about this like in like the Miami scene, but maybe this really is in like the actual floor, like the whole thing, right? Like, cause I feel like normally, like the street artists is the ones that have the bops, right? And now where they might lack from a skill set, and not all street rappers lack from, because I would argue that Kodak Black is a crazy ass lyricist, but I just feel like because they don't. A lot of people don't like if someone said green as fuck or you like, oh, he a baser. Like we understand the context of what he's saying, right? But to the person that's not, from Florida, they'll be like, what he talking about? But like, and then the rap rappers, they'll kill you on the song, but they're not necessarily trying to make an actual song. They're more proving they pen, right? So I feel like I think, and this is my opinion. What the fuck I mean, but the combination of having like the artists that give a fuck about like lyrics and double entendres and all this type of shit, and then the street rappers that are actually making the slaps that people are gravitated toward work together. I think that'll kind of cause when I think about something like when J. Cole dropped KOD, it was dope to hear Cole's vocals on that type of production. That makes sense?
No, absolutely. But it goes back to even when you heard Cole with Moneybag Yo, when you heard you heard Lil Baby pop up on Cole's song. You heard like shit when I heard Lil Baby and Jordan Lucas. When I heard
Lil Baby and Jordan Lucas got a song?
This is fire as fuck.
I ain't hear that shit. Oh shit! I'm telling you, look that shit up.
This is fire as fuck. Like like that shit was fire music to me, and I think nigga hearing all that. So I think at the end of the day, man, I think music gotta get better, but I also think these rap niggas is divas, and when that money get to drying up, it's gonna you feel me? It's gonna have you make some real decisions, some real questions to be answered, because like even you can see these niggas as divas because when you try to work with other artists, when you try to work with artists in general, they feel like they be holier than thou. Even the artists that ain't even make it yet, they feel like they somebody. I'm like that's such a unique perspective because if you go to any type of let's say you go to a martial arts studio or some shit like that. Let's say you pick up jiu-jitsu or some shit like that. Those are the nicest people in the world. They'll teach you everything they know, so you could be as good or you could be as successful as they are. And rap and hip hop is so far from that. Like where it's not, man. Like it's culty, it's clicky, it's diva shit, it's whole shit. And so at the end of the day, I just feel like it's a people thing, and people are gonna create and destroy it. I stand by that. I think Kendrick a diva. I think.
You trying to ruin my Kendrick verse, man? I'm gonna let you.
No, not even that. I just think like not even that. I don't want to say you're diva, but I do think you got some. I don't know the basis behind everything, but I think all that shit is like diva shit. Like not trying to work with a motherfucker, like, and this that and the third. I don't know. Drake also be doing whole shit and like stuff like that. You feel me?
You know, I'm so invested into what be going on, and like, you know, I'm always tapped into like the interviews and all this type of shit, right? So there's certain things that from, you know, allegedly that I hear from like the back end, and that's kind of like why I haven't even listened to Iceman yet. Like that's kind of weird, bro. But then at the same time, I also as a listener and a fan of hip hop, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna listen to it eventually, but I'm gonna do it on my own time after the hype, so I don't approach listening to it with a biased ear. But at the same time, because I also think two things happen, right? People need to work with each other, but at the same time, people don't be giving people they flowers. So I'll feel slighted. Just like there's a point in time where no, like Wayne, they wasn't giving Wayne his flowers, so he took it. And I feel like low key Kendrick did the same thing. Cause think about when they announced the Super Bowl, right? Like no one congratulated, like I don't say no, but people had their opinions, like oh yeah, like, and I'm so conflicted because you know Lil Wayne is my favorite rapper all time. Kendrick is my fucking goat, right? I don't think so. It was a piece of me that's like, okay, I understand the narrative of like, all right, Wayne, you know, would have wanted that. That would have been an ideal situation. But I also, and again, it's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already made it clear, Wayne my favorite rapper, Kendrick my goat. But I like I don't feel like Jay would have done that to Wayne. When you know when Jay said, "Oh, I'm the best rapper alive," I mean, when Lil Wayne was saying, "I'm the best rapper alive," it's the best rapper retired. I don't Jaden, Lil Bro, Lil Wayne. All right, go ahead. That you want that, go get that. And I feel like that same. I feel like, and not just from Wayne, but I'm just talking about from the generation above. I feel like, cause even what's like when for instance, right? This is kind of fast forwarding a little bit, but like when Euphoria dropped, right? Euphoria's fire. Euphoria is undeniably one of the greatest. This song, like writing wise, and just all this shit is amazing. But there's people that I would have thought would have had a different perspective listening to that. When I heard their opinion, I was like, oh, you don't look at it like, how, bro? You a lyricist? How you not looking at it? Oh, this is weird. And then it makes me think of like how things are on the back end because, you know, people are going to have their bias based on who they're doing business with or like the relationships that they have and stuff like that. So that prevents people from being because you know what I'm saying, you might not necessarily like a person, but you could be like, oh, that like there's Drake songs I love. Now do I like Drake as a human being? I don't know personally, but you know, based on the shit that I probably listen to, whatever, I'm like, all right, I don't know, some things look funny to me, but I'm not gonna be like, if something is great, I'm not gonna be like, oh, that's not great. You get what I'm saying? Or if some shit some bullshit. Just like, bro, you know, like us as the boys, bro. If any of us on some bullshit, it ain't nothing to be like, nah, bro, you hoeing, bro. You get what I'm saying? But because of the politics behind everything with business and media and stuff like that, I just feel like, you know, it gets things a little tricky and like a little in gray area. You know what I'm saying? Cause
No, absolutely. I don't think you can listen to motherfuckers on social media. Somebody told me some real shit one time. They said, believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. And I challenge that. Believe a quarter of what you see. So you can't even really take all this shit at face value. That's just life, you know what I mean? None of what you hear. Everybody got an ulterior motive, and then on top of that, we human beings. A nigga might say that shit today and then go listen to the track tomorrow and feel a completely different way. So you can't even really pay
that's
attention to
true, bro.
really.
I think
You can't even really listen to niggas shit, cause it's times where I listen to a track and I listen to Euphoria and I'm like, this shit was good. I listened to it and I thought it was good. Then I listened to that bitch again and I was like, oh, this shit kind of fire. Then I listened to it the third time, nigga, I'm outside dancing to the shit. So I think that
that's true.
we have time to sit and digest rap like we used to, right? Like where it's like now, because guess what? Jake gonna drop the next day, and then we can't even digest the Kendrick song, you know. So I think.
You know, it's funny. It made me think of. I was looking at old clips because I'm editing like a little video for one of the reels or whatever, and I was looking at old clips from like 2016, 2015 or whatever. But even like the back, like remember we went to your crib, and we was all playing Yu-Gi-Oh and shit. I think Tony and shit was there. Music was just in the background. I think that's when like we was listening to like Pro Era, like Joey Badass and them, and like all whatever was playing within that time frame. That was background noise to what we doing. You get what I'm saying? Versus now, where like, I guess because we adults, bro. I got shit to do all the fucking time.
Absolutely,
Bruh.
Yeah, man. I agree. I think music is in a different place. I think to go back to your question, what I think it's gonna get out of it, but I don't know how it's gonna get out of it because I feel like it's running dry a little bit, and it's running dry because of content.
Ah, bro, but you know,
so much stuff to people have, bro. People, there is an opportunity cost for everything, right? Let me make this point. There's an opportunity cost for everything. Meaning, if I go listen to Joe Rogan for his podcast are 3 hours long, if I go listen to motherfucking Joe Rogan for 3 hours, my nigga, that's my ride to school that I could be streaming, that I could be doing this. Or sometimes I listen to podcasts when I'm working out. Sometimes, so you're occupied by other content now, and there's so much content out there that music is gonna take a back burner.
that's true.
In general, that is the opportunity cost of listening to Joe Rogan, bro. Or I'm not gonna listen to the newest Lil Baby song, bro. And then not only that, the stream revenue is shrinking any fucking way. So now the hip hop artist is getting fucked on both ends. There's so much content coming out, and then not only that, you're also shrinking my money on the back end of that too. So now it's like, now you fucking me. Now you burning the candle at both ends for real. So now, like, what are we gonna do? We ain't making no money on streams anyway. And then the baby's gonna go on concert. He's supposed to fill a 1,400 venue out. He only sold 500 tickets on buy one get one free. I don't like to see it in this way, but I do think that it's gonna cause for more creativity, and it's gonna show who really wants to fucking rap. And it's showing you who the fuck wants to rap right now. You know what I mean? So, you know, again, I think a lot, you know, it's just gonna come down to that. It's gonna come down to that, and we in a tough time, bro. It's a lot of fucking content out there, dog. And motherfuckers said a lot of that shit is going to Casanat, or like at least when he was doing it. It's a lot of content out there.
Yeah, no, but Casanat been off stream for like 6-7 months. But you're right. Yeah. There's a whole space where it's the streaming fucking world. Like
it's the it's a space of that. And I'm not saying that's something I want to happen. I'm saying this is what like
I'm doing that shit right now, literally, bro. I'm participating in the goddamn.
Yeah. And this is what motherfuckers are saying. Like, yeah, but like I'm talking about data analysts for hip hop. Yeah, Taylor Swift, your Billie Eilish, y'all gonna sell, but I'm talking about artists that are on the up and coming. I'm talking about artists that ain't got the bag but got a team.
But I feel like, man, I think because everyone's a content creator and a social media personality. I think the artists that really want it should strive to be stars. Like, I think someone who's done it really well is Doechii. Doechii, when she got her light and she ran with the shit, she turned us up into a superstar, right? Undeniably. Like,
hold that thought though. That's one person, bro.
No, you right. But
that's terrible. That's a terrible statistic. Like, one motherfucker, gang. You know, most people out there make music. There's one motherfucker, like, they used to be like, yo, she turned herself into a star. And then it's like, damn, who the fuck else?
I hear you. I just think that should, because, you know, again, like, it's funny too, because the streaming world bled into hip hop, right? Because now you have artists that are going on streams. Cause it's so weird, but you know, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I seen this today, bro. That shit made me really sad, bro. I went on fucking Instagram, bro, and I seen that Super Hot Fire knocked out Ray J. And when I seen this shit, I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? That's fucking Ray J. That's a legend. Why is he doing that? Or like when I see the shit with like Adrian Broner, and it looked like I don't even know if that's a facade where he looked like he fucked up and doing weird shit, or if that's actually you can't even tell because the way that people just are making content. So like you don't know what people are doing intentionally just to get reaction, or if this authentically something. You know what I mean? So
I would challenge and say that none of it is authentic.
Yeah, I think, but it sucks, bruh, because like authentic. Like, why do people love Tupac? Right? Tupac might not have been the best lyricist. Tupac might have had the best songs, but him being in his truth and his authenticity superseded everything. you believe whatever he was saying because it came from a real place, whether he was right or wrong, right? And you know what I mean?
But I mean, bro, Adrian Broner doesn't really have a choice because either way you put it, if you gonna create content, you gotta do it this way, bro. That's what's getting the views. So if you don't go with the wave, especially when it comes to business, bro, because this is a business and you don't go with the wave, you're gonna get smashed, bro. So I think that you're not gonna create the waves as so I think, bro.
my podcast ain't gonna be cracking until 20 years from now, bro. Because I'm so fucking stubborn.
I mean, unless you started out before they was streaming, bro, you gotta do some outlandish shit to get paid, bro. Like if I don't blame these niggas, all I'm saying is more so is like, bro, if you was the first ever, because if Joe Rogan podcast, he was podcasting since nigga, he was the first nigga ever to even talk on a talk show, just talking about fighting with niggas and it was the wildest shit and nobody believed in it. Talking for 2 hours, they was like, cut it up in the clips, do this, and that, third. But like, yeah, he was one of the first ones ever. But guess what? Now you can't be a Joe Rogan motherfucker. You gotta either have been on Joe Rogan, have a great push or support behind you, or you gotta do some wild shit.
That's crazy, bruh. And it's because I think there's a I don't know what but there's a piece of me that feel like that's why the people that go against the grain and they stay going against the grain eventually get some type of output from what they doing. Because it's funny, I didn't notice, but I think Charlamagne had mentioned something along the lines that Brilliant Idiots, they had this shit for like 10 years. Because he made a joke like, man, I remember when people, when you have, there's a point where you as a creator or artist or whatever, you have your fans, and then when you get like the light, then you have your fans plus like the world, right? And he was saying, man, it was different. We just had our fans. We saying whatever. Now motherfuckers take shit out of context or whatever the case may be. For me, I just want my little universe, bruh, of people that fuck with me. You get what I'm saying? I don't like whatever God want. If God want me to put me in the space where shit happen, then hey, cool. But just cultivating your audience, because I think that's the thing too. Like with music, I don't think people that are hip hop purists, right, give a fuck about streaming numbers and shit. But just like popular conversation and social media shit, everyone's fixated on who sold what the first week and this, that, and the third, and so on and so forth. But there's so many different ways to manipulate. Like they talking about bots, right? Or it's like it's so tricky now with AI and all this type of shit. So I think what did they say? Iceman sold like 400,000 copies the first week. I don't know how that worked. Where these numbers coming from? Like who streamed? Because how many streams is 400,000 copies? That's a ridiculous amount of shit. So I don't know how to.
I don't know either because, but my little brain can't fathom what 400,000 looks like. So
because ain't 1,500 streams the equivalent of one single sale, something along the lines, or it's like a dollar. I don't know.
I don't know, bro. It is Drake though, so like it's possible. But either way, I know a lot of people have had bots, and I think they be saying that shit about motherfuckers that can't sell like tickets. Like, yeah, you got a lot of bots, bitch. And it's just such a weird place, bro. It's in such a weird place because rap hip hop is this braggadocious art form, and if you don't have the bag or the backing, or you ain't got no the record sales behind it, you. But it's in bro. They made fun of the baby for doing the buy one get one free. I have the tweet right here. They made fun of the baby for doing the buy one get one free. I'm like, that's a smart fucking business move, you dumbass.
Yeah.
But
And on
like
top of that, the thing is,
hip-hop,
yeah. Go
they
ahead.
gonna make fun of you in hip hop about that shit because you supposed to what have all this money and shit like that and this that and the third. It's such a anti. It's so anti smart and anti business that at the end of the day, bro, it's gonna eat itself a fucking lie. The fans are trash, and then the media around it is trash. Academics telling rappers, "Oh, you fuck nigga, you sold this and you sold." Man, like it's not a helpful environment, bro. It's just gonna eat itself alive, bro.
Damn, that's crazy, bro. You actually made a point, but it makes sense
Like,
because the
how do
thing
you
is too.
expect a
It's just
motherfucker to be
it,
like how? It's eating itself alive, literally. Streams are less. Niggas ain't selling our shows, and niggas is supposed to be street niggas. So now I gotta be a street nigga. I gotta stand on business every day, all day, every day of my life. This, then, and third. Like niggas be cussing out Meek Mill for the whole Diddy shit. I'm like, he wasn't even in the case of the Diddy shit. Niggas is caught. It's like, man, hip hop clashing with the internet. It's just eating itself alive, man.
I ain't gonna lie. The conspiracy theorists in me feel like the majority of comments and things that we see are coming from a bunch of bots. Because you know it's funny when you're outside and talking to people in real life, no one is that invested in a lot of this shit, right? Like as far as like, oh, you see what Meek Mill did? Like, you know, when you see the memes and shit like that, you might look at it and laugh, but that shit don't be, you know, that don't take away that Meek got probably one of the I ain't gonna lie, Dreams and Nightmares. It's never been a club I went to in Miami after that song released that never played that song, right? But like, I don't think we don't give the proper honor and respect to the artists that we fuck with. Because even I'll argue, right? I do believe that the baby one of them ones, as far as he's still, even though he went through, he still actually has a record and it's moving and people are playing it and actually genuinely like the shit. And I think he been touring this shit like that as well. But I think, but again, just kind of like even with like how they do Chris Brown, right? Chris Brown should have been got his flowers, bro. Like the shit that happened with him and Rihanna happened in fucking 20. He was 18 years old, bro. This man's a grown ass man now, and it's doing incredible Michael Jackson type shit. But like you know, it's crazy how there's always something to you know they try to put an asterisk by your goddamn fucking name. Um,
No, absolutely. They'll hold anything but you. Man, shout out to no Chris Brown's a legend, bro. Like that obviously he's one of them that's out of here. He's a legend, motherfucking. It's a lot of legends in the game and doing shit and can sell out arenas and shit like
yeah.
that.
Bruh, I
I
follow Karis one. This man somewhere in Venezuela selling out packed crowd. Like, bruh, like it's wild. I just think there's. I think the eyes are not in the right place, and the eyes are not in the right place because the cameras are looking at shit that's not important versus the stuff that actually is dope and that fucking matters. And I think that's kind of like our vision is skewed because of how the algorithm works. The bad shit is gonna be shown first, and we all support it. Like even
no, sex sells. You right. Sex fucking sells, bro.
all the bullshit going you know we gonna know about the bullshit and you know bro you know and I think everyone's so sensitive bro we I think we need comedy to be like big again because everyone's so fucking sensitive. I ain't gonna lie, like I haven't heard Drake tape, right, but one of the narratives based on like people reading and stuff like that, it sounds like he crying. And not for nothing, you know, you went through, you express yourself, that's cool. But I mean, just the like, it's not like complaining, bruh, and playing victim, right? But that is like it's not just Drake, right? Or you know whatever. I haven't heard it, so I don't want to. I can't give like my proper analysis. But through the fucking floor, all this entitlement, goddamn, you know, you complaining, victim blaming, oh, it's your fault that I didn't do this or this not happening for me and all this type of shit. That is such a toxic fucking thing, but I feel like that's what's being fed to people constantly through the stuff that's being absorbed.
No, 100%, bro. 100%, bro.
So
Like like you said, like who the fuck knew Cavs went out there selling out Venezuela, whatever the fuck venues and shit like that. I think, I think right now in hip hop, it's like COVID. If you a hustler, you gonna thrive, and you gonna survive, and you might could thrive. Like you doing shows, and you know how to manage your money, and be like, yo, hold up, let me cut some costs on this DJ, and go here with this nigga, and you know how to like spin it so your setup is not that cost. It's very cost effective to what you getting, and you know how to do your shit like that. And manager ain't taking all the money off of you, and you know how to balance out your checkbook. You could grind, hustle, and thug it through. And I think that's part of why Boosie, he got good money management skills. Because at the end of the day, nigga, it's all about motherfucking money management skills, bro. Like you got. So I think if you got some money management, yeah, I'm pretty sure you out there stunting and balling and shit like that. In terms of like getting money and saving it.
Yeah.
Because this ain't the time for you to be as an artist be trying to be fucking Rihanna and fly private jets, nigga. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
Nah.
like if you a real nigga and like, yeah, motherfucker, fly business. Like you ain't gotta fly in no private jet, or you ain't gotta fly first class for $10,000 a seat, nigga. You cut back on some motherfucking money, nigga. You ain't gotta fly first class with the beds up there, nigga. You like.
It's crazy because I think we're conditioned to just spend on shit that's not really like, bro. Come on now, bro. Like even clothing, bro. I don't think it's necessary. Like at the economy, if shit was good and shit eat, like yeah, bro, spend your $15, $2,000, $3,000 on your shirt. But be mindful that you got kids that look up to you, and someone wants to be just like you. And instead of them taking this $1,000 that they really want, that they could put something in, or kind of they gonna buy the same shirt you got because you wore that shirt. So be mindful of that shit, like a motherfucker, because I don't think it's just weird, bro. Even the popular conversations in like the media space beyond, like it was funny. Like I was watching when I was doing the stream of Spider-Man, we was talking about like the fucking investment and shit like that. I was like, what would be ill if like the topics and the popular conversations and social media were all geared toward like some type of information to help, right? Um, like imagine if the system was the opposite. Instead of pushing all this bullshit, what if it was pushing all this good shit? And just like, even with fucking, because information is so important, bro. But like, if you're fed bullshit all the time, bro, by the time you get to some shit that could actually you could digest, you don't even got the mental capacity to really see what you're saying, because you done just been fed all this trash all fucking day from the moment you open up your phone.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's so hard to know what to believe these days, man. So the cream always gonna rise to the top. I always heard that, and I believe it. You cream and the smartest motherfucker in the room that don't try to keep up with the Joneses. That's who gonna be that's the baddest motherfucker to me, bro. You know how to save your money, stack your money, and not be doing shit just because you be alright, bro. Because everybody got a fucking nigga. That's why shit. I believe you. Nigga, KRS One on him, his business, he been a part of this shit forever. That nigga probably make a smooth 2, 3, 4 bands
Right.
from that shit. His house probably paid off. All that money just extra. He just chilling, stacking it. $5,000 here. He go home to make 40,000. It's really just him and his DJ. Give his DJ 10 ball for 3 months and shit like that. You don't never know, bro. Like, or you never fucking know. It might be even more than that, way more than that. Get a DJ 15 ball for 3 months of touring, nigga. That's 5,000 a month. That's more than anybody else. This bitch making. Go back home and they go to work. I know a lot of DJs, a lot of motherfuckers work while they do this shit. There's a nigga in my as a nurse. He DJ and he was just DJing for this ugly Freddie Gibbs nigga.
For real?
Everybody got jobs right now, boy. Everybody got, UFC fighters got dead jobs, nigga. Like, everybody got fucking jobs until they like.
Someone done suplex somebody through the through the fucking stage. Had to go clock in the next. That's how shit be, bro.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with a motherfucking job, dog. Some niggas don't want to get it, but motherfucking job, no.
Nah, bro. Gotta create some type of financial stability, bro.
Have to, bro. You have to. This shit is not no motherfucking. This shit not
I think that's what's dope about like the legacy artist. Like when you think about some, I can't wait to see what ASAP Rocky tour look like, cause I know his shit's gonna be crazy. Cause he's somebody that go all in when it comes to his vision. You get what I'm saying? Um, but I think this, yeah, bro. You know who I seen live? Like I was working at the AAA arena. I seen Kid Cudi's concert, and I think Denzel was there too. Denzel was one of the first people that performed like before Cudi set. Well, not first people. He was in the set list or whatever. But it was dope because like the arena was packed out. People are singing shit word for word, and it's like, oh shit, there. You know what I mean? Like, oh, like this. You know, there's still people that matter that people will go and champion when they drop, right? Um, that's why I like, you know, that's why Keem did so well. That's why Rocky did so well. That's why Cole did so well. That's why like all these tapes have been releasing since 2026. I mean, since 2026 started. I guess outside of mine. You know what I mean? I got to sleep. My shit will be cool later. But all these albums that have dropped, they've been kind of critically acclaimed, but they've also done pretty well numbers wise, right? So I, like you said, like how you saying like the purge, but I also think the shift, and I think the you know, things are changing for the better. Cause shit, you see what Netflix did with the Breakfast Club, right?
No, they did.
They're gonna start live broadcasting the Breakfast Club from Netflix. That shit's turning into live TV.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
They got them.
but that's
They got
smart.
a nice little deal.
Yeah, bro, it's smart. You know why? Think about it. If a movie drop, instead of putting it on streaming on Monday and everyone watching it whenever they want to watch it, no, this movie's gonna start at 8 o'clock, and everybody gotta watch this movie on 8 o'clock at this streaming platform, and then it's gonna drop 2 weeks later or 2 days later, you know, to play whenever you want. I think that'll change. That's interesting because what it does, you know how back in the day, like if every or like stuff like the Super Bowl or the NBA playoffs or the fucking what's the football shit, the all that shit, right? People are watching in real time because it's live and it feels like everyone's involved, like because it matters, right? That sensation like that TV shit disappeared because no, you know, now you don't. Who really watches cable television outside of like older people, right? And I mean older, I mean like just people that are in the 50s and 60s because that's, you know, probably something they're used to. But we consume wherever, bro. I got YouTube on my PlayStation, my computer, my laptop, and my phone. I can just click YouTube and whatever is gonna pop up. We consume media differently, so I think that move from Netflix is actually a game changer, bro. And I'm sure the other streaming apps are gonna follow suit.
Oh yeah, bro. Hey, I think Netflix is lightning rod and pioneers like everything, but like, you know, more people are gonna do that shit, bro, for sure.
Nah, yeah. Think about this, like Marvel drop a movie, they could show it in theaters, and then after however every time they're like, all right, cool, we're gonna premiere Spider-Man No Way Home for 1 week, or I mean for 1 day, Friday. It'll incentivize people to buy the app for that 1 day. They'll go, and then whoever want to stay or whatever. Like I think that's actually very smart, bro. Cause even think about it, right? Like we're kind of, you know, back if you bought a CD, I listened to Blank Face LP, Untitled Unmastered, and that Lauren, especially in that era of my life when I bought the 3 CDs so religiously because one, I got the CD. When you listen to a CD from a perspective like putting the CD in the fucking disc, you're already approaching listening to the album from front and back, unless you're gonna skip that bitch. But you're literally just playing it and letting it fucking ride out. But with like stuff like Spotify and Apple Music and this type of shit, you it's so much, it's so in abundance that you kind of, bro, it's like you could overskip some shit, but it's no urgency. Like it's like, oh shit, I just spent my $15, I'm playing this shit right now. Fuck you talking about? It's like buying a movie. If you buy a movie, I'm gonna put that bitch first in before I click open Netflix and all that type of stuff and start just browsing this fucking wormhole of shit. being fed to me by a goddamn algorithm.
Nigga, facts though. Like it's kind of crazy when the place that we in right now, bro. Like it's crazy as fuck. Nigga, when you go back to work, ugly ass nigga?
No, tomorrow's Monday, right? Tuesday. My boss just texted me. He's like, yeah, 6 a.m. So, that boy had a long. I needed this, but that vacation, them first 2 days of sleep was great. Tomorrow, I guess I get to do whatever. I gotta get my life right. Get my meal prep on. Figure my life out. See what I'm gonna be working on.
Yeah, gonna feel like you. That nigga feel like he rejuvenated. That boy back in the lab, man.
Reincarnated. I'm stargazing. Life go all the way on my babies. Yeah, yeah. That's how I feel right now, bro.
Nigga, big man. Listen, nigga, different around this bitch. Shit, I got a couple days off myself.
Yeah, bro. See, you used to days off, bro. I ain't have a day off. No, I always have days. I have days off. Lately, the shit. You know, it's crazy. I was talking to one of my homegirls, at the job, like from the station in Doral, and Shorty was telling me that, goddamn, the shit for the CCAs is bad, like, cause they've been cutting hours and all type of shit, and I'm just like, fuck, bro. I'm so in gratitude, cause over here, bro, nigga, station got 50,000 goddamn.
Yeah, nigga. Yeah, you on an island, hold that. You on a little ass island, nigga. Them niggas need their mail, boy. That's how they get information.
Bruh, let me tell you,
Niggas
bruh.
probably still use newspapers out there, bitch.
Probably. That shit be interesting. They be cut like they be giving a fuck about their mail, bro. They don't play.
Nah, facts, bro. I know.
I just, man, it's funny cause like I didn't realize the island vibe. Like I realized how fucking how wired I was living in Miami and coming over here. Everybody just chill and be on they kind of cool pace. They not rushing shit, but they also getting stuff done. Me, I feel like I gotta keep like, all right, gotta do this, gotta do this, gotta do this. Motherfuckers stay telling me to, hey, papi, tranquilo, you gotta chill out, bro. Bro, I gotta get this done before you supervise yell at me. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit. They be like, okay. That I don't give a fuck. Everything's gonna be okay. Attitude is amazing, bro. I don't know how that shit feel like.
It is, cause shit, sometimes too, like when you rush, nigga, you gonna fuck that shit up. You gotta go back and go back over that shit. Sometimes you be rushing, bro. It don't even make no sense to rush, bro.
Yeah,
like,
no.
Rush shit.
Nah, but
You
supervisor
like,
calling. Where are you at? You have to be here at 9 o'clock. Bitch, I've been walking for 10 hours and you yelling at me like you have no idea what's going on. I told y'all it was too much, but y'all didn't want to listen. Now I'm the bad guy because y'all want to give me 1,000 packages. All right.
Man, but you know when your work is in demand, bro, that's a good thing, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
No, yeah, I ain't complaining. I'm talking shit, but I'm definitely in gratitude, bro. Cause like at the same time, bro, like shit ain't good for everybody, and I also think that, just like I was talking before about, kind of tapping back into like investing and stuff like that. I'm sure you already been tapped in and whatever, but I think that this information is important, and it should be shared, bro. Motherfuckers, there's not because think about, remember like when Doge started going up, when it went up to 15 cents. I remember watching videos where I seen people like, oh my god, I can't believe I have $250,000 right now. I bought Doge 3 years ago and it was just sitting in my account, and now it's oh my god, it's up to two. I remember seeing these videos in real time, like, bruh, I wish I knew about this years ago, right? But stuff like that happens all. Not I don't say happens all the time, but those opportunities exist. It does exist. So I just want to be able to, occupy my mind space with the next kind of things.
I think, yeah, you gotta kind of find it. I think you just gotta kind of find it, but like, I don't know, man. I think the government, they hoes, they be trying to regulate shit. So I don't know where the next one gonna come at, but nigga,
What you mean? Like, oh yeah, 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 I get what you're saying. Cause I don't even know what happened with meme coins and shit. Motherfuckers was eating off of meme coins, but I feel like that shit is like bullshit.
Nah, well,
Not bullshit, but people making money. But I'm saying like what it like it doesn't hold a long term value. It's something like trending, right? Like a trending type thing.
yeah, absolutely. So like what it is, right? Like they was doing a lot of it off this the cycle of Bitcoin, where like this previous time they didn't even have a meme coin run. We were expecting it, and like Bitcoin went so high that it usually goes along with Bitcoin, but it didn't happen this time for whatever reason. And so like I think every 3 or 4 years, like it's remember, bro, because alongside those, nigga, Bitcoin was running too, and Bitcoin was running up. It ran up to 100,000, and people were expecting the meme coins to follow suit, but because a lot of people take their money out of Bitcoin and they invest it in the meme coin.
Yeah.
Like I was telling you, but I don't know what happened this time around. They didn't have a lot of meme coins that they had a few that motherfuckers popped off and made some bread, but they didn't have anything where you can like where it made millionaires. Like so, they're thinking that that time is gonna come soon, but I don't know. Like you know, so there wasn't any meme coin rally this time around, but we'll see. We'll see, because a lot of people still believe in that shit. But
Man, I hope one day I wake up and Sheba go up to a penny, nigga, because I'm gonna have like 15 bands. uh,
nigga, I hope so too. Shit, I made a little bit of bread, but it wasn't nothing crazy.
yeah, nah. It's just that whole. It's crazy because like obviously with the stuff going on in the economy and everything's happening, it's there's some old white man making a whole lot of money with this all this fucking math. Oh, this shit dropped to goddamn 10%. Let me go ahead and buy this here. Affect everybody's shit.
Well, the economy is such a weird place, bro. Because it's like housing is up like a motherfucker. It's still expensive to buy a house. It's better to rent. It's never been so you can only rent right now.
Uh huh.
And then like stocks are so expensive too, so you can't really even everything, nigga. Used cars expensive as fuck, nigga. This shit it's tough out here, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, no, bro.
If you don't
I,
own none of this, tough.
I was just talking to my homegirl Glacy not too long ago, and she was kind of describing because she's like, she's in a nursing program, but she's working at the same time and doing all this, and like she's just telling me like, bro, it's just, and you know, like especially in Miami, bro, everything is so far, like you live in,
Car, that's a crime, nigga.
bro, you living next to one, and you got to go to goddamn Doral, that shit, the whole day to get there.
Yeah, nah, you need a car, bro. Like in Miami, you need a car, gang.
Bruh. I don't see how I did that shit for 3 years, bruh. Guy was like, hey, you have your dream bitch? You got your dream car? Your dream house? I'm taking all this shit away just to let you know, because you've been fucking up. Goddamn, bro, busting it, bro, to work, bro. That shit was a mission, bro. Like, from the moment I started the post office in Doral, bro, to the 3 hour fucking bus rides. It's not like that bus ride. It's just like, I gotta walk 20 minutes to the bus stop, then wait for the bus. Then I'm in that bitch for an hour and 30 minutes. Then I gotta walk another 20 minutes. I gotta stop and get food because I don't got no car. So I gotta make sure I'm good because if they keep me inside, I ain't gonna be able to get, bruh. And then work a 10-hour shift. Ain't got, bruh. And going home, bruh. Let me tell you something, bruh. I don't know. God woke me up so many times, bruh. Cause I'll be mad if I was on the 137th, bruh, and missed my stop, bruh, and woke up in goddamn Homestead somewhere, bruh. That's a $30 Uber, bruh. I'd always wake up right by the fucking by my stop, bruh.
Nigga, you blessed, nigga.
Lucky as fuck, bro. Oh, that shit long. That shit.
At the bus station, nigga.
Nah, bro. That shit used to be. I'm so grateful, bro. I think about that shit now, like, damn, bro. Like, I'm in grad, bro. No, I'm trying to, and I'm on a bus trying to make moves and do shit and fucking drop freestyles and stuff like that. All my writing time was on the bus. Then I get to by the time I get to work, I'm memorizing whatever I'm fucking making, and then come home and try to lay that shit down in 30 minutes because I gotta go back. I gotta go to sleep.
They need to make a movie about that portion of your life.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. And you know what's the end? I went to Puerto Rico. Oh, I saw Ann. I go to Puerto Rico. But ain't nothing exciting. I think the coolest shit that I did in that time frame was I met Chance and experienced the fucking the goddamn the writings on the wall, bro. That shit was so fucking fire, bro. So fucking fire. This motherfucker had goddamn like it was in Wynwood, right? It was during the Art Basel weekend, and how it was set up is that imagine a big ass room, right, with like 50 bean bags on the floor. Everybody sit down in a bean bag. There's a composition book on each bean bag, right? And there's headphones. You sit on the bean bag, you put on the headphones. Chance speaks to you, and he's like, "Hey," he's explaining like concept and what's about to happen or whatever. When it starts, there's projectors on the roof, and every wall around you has something different, right? But the songs that are playing, and a lot of those songs were from the Starline album that he just dropped, which I think is fucking fire. It'll have the words of his lyrics on the wall, like popping up on the wall, but it won't necessarily be music videos in the background, but it would be like either something obscure or like fucking mountains or something like it had some type of visual identity. So it was ill because and one of the things that he had said like prior to listening to him playing the music was like, look, when y'all listening, I just want y'all to grab the notebook and write whatever you think, draw whatever comes to it. So he created a space where you're experiencing an album on some like fucking Disney World shit, but you're also participating and being creative because you're sitting there and letting whatever you're feeling based on whatever he's rapping like kind of like flow through you. I felt like that was such an ill ass. That shit actually opened my mind. Cause at the time I was doing freestyles. I'm like, oh, I'm hungry. And Chance's music had so much. Well, the songs that I heard, especially at the time, that shit felt like it had so much soul in it.
Chance is definitely he's a generational talent, bro.
Yeah, bro. Chances get man, low key. I wish I had planned my if I had went to North Carolina, I would have seen. I think Chances about to perform in North Carolina with Tia Corin. Hey, Tia Corin is gas, bruh. For real, she's nice as fuck. She's Denzel Curry got a group called the Scythe. It's him, ASAP, him, Ferg, Tia Corin. There's other people which I'm not too familiar, but yeah, bro. Bro, there's so much dope. That's the thing, bro. There's so much dope music, bro. Like, homie, I sent you, Lareezy, bro. He goes crazy, bro. I don't know why he remind me of like Nas or something, bro. Like when Nas popped out, he was young, but he was snapping. But it felt, cause I can only imagine, cause you know how like when Nas popped out, people started rapping different. Like, oh, this is what he on. So it's ill. I felt like for me with Lareezy, like his voice, cause he's from New Orleans, and then kind of like the way he goes in his pockets is almost even similar to NBA YoungBoy to saying, but he is a lyricist and he's saying something. So I just think that all that in combination, I'm like, oh, that's incredible, bro. He could be one of them ones.
Oh yeah, fact. This is about how you. It's really about how you. The popularity of music and the reach. Cause shit, nobody thought Kendrick would have been here. Nigga, I damn sure did.
No. Shit, I knew, bro.
When he dropped. I'm talking about when he dropped. When he dropped Overly Dedicated and the Kendrick Lamar EP, I didn't think he was gonna be the best rapper, arguably. This was 2014. This was 2011, 12.
Well, when was Kendrick on the double X? It was 2009. The double X, the freshman list for double XL.
Hell no, like 2015.
It wasn't no 2015. Kendrick?
Nigga, I want no 2009.
Maybe I'm tripping. Hold on. When did I'm about to look? We need
2011.
2011. Interesting. That's actually dope. We were kind of so. The
That's
first
when I graduated high school.
That's crazy. The first time I seen, like, the first time I knew Kendrick was one of them ones is that, like, not the freestyle he did, because you know it's like the group freestyle that he does, that the one with like Lil B and shit. Lil B snapped on that bitch too, but you know how they'll have like the individual freestyles, and I just remember like I think it showed like Kendrick's silhouette, and then he had like the black crew neck that said Compton on it, and you know I'm biased, bro. You know I love the game, so I was like, oh shit, another a conscious rapper from Compton. And I heard him rap. I said, "Oh no, you know, at this time I'm already playing with the idea like, oh, I'm gonna take this shit serious." That shit made me feel like, oh yeah, you got so much to go, boy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I swear, bro. I intentionally not listened to Kendrick, Cole, Sean, like a lot, like the people that were in our area. Remember, like, y'all was really tapped in. I'm still like tapped into like the shit that I was biased to already from like, and then also doing my hip hop deep dive of just listening to random takes by, you know, whatever I'm discovering. So I like the first time like when I really got deep into Cole was 2014 Forest Hills, and I feel the same way with Kendrick. Like To Pimp a Butterfly is the album. I've never had an album that I heard it. I said, oh yeah, this is not only my favorite album all time after the first listen. This might be the greatest album I ever heard in my life. So I feel like I tapped in a little later, bruh. Like, and obviously, like, for my reasons of like trying to find myself and feeling like, oh no, I don't. They saying that they the ghost. I want to lean into me. Hell no. Meanwhile, I'm missing out on a bunch of shit, bro. You know what's Ab Soul songs? I was like, what the fuck? Why didn't tap into this earlier, bruh? My stubborn ass, bruh.
I think we told you to listen to Ab Soul.
Yeah, no, he was like, oh, you know, you in that conscious shit like you. I said, what? No, Banisha gone. And no, it's especially when I heard that. I said, oh no, this I can't put my. I'm gonna stop rapping if I hear any more songs. I'm gonna feel like I can't.
But I think that it's a part of like what hip hop is too. Like, if hip hop was some shit that was like, yo, like, not as strong competitive, it wouldn't birth like some of the dope shit, but at the same time, it'll be such a place where you feel like you was open to be like, man, you know what, I'm gonna take from this artist, nigga. Hip hop, you say that, nigga, you biting, boy.
Bruh, I can't remember how many times I had to argue with motherfuckers about Wayne. They're like, oh, Wayne, he just what? That's why he addressed it in what is it? Not Doctor. Is it Dr. Carter? He's like, let me put my gloves on. Dr. Carter, excuse me. When he was like, y'all call it biting, I call it enlighten, or some shit like that. But yeah, bruh. Everyone's inspired by everybody, bruh. And I think, because I think that's one of the things that was really important for me about what I appreciate about the Drake and Kendrick battle. It reconditioned people to look at lyrics, right? Like have an emphasis on lyric breakdowns. And I think that was so cool too, because it transitioned when like then the 2025 rap battle, quote unquote, where you had like Joey, Rayvon, all these people like participating. That transition into now the people I watch to, I watch are like a Rob Martman or Jeremy Heck, like breaking down lyrics of fucking of what they. So I'm like, oh, that's ill that emphasis happened out of that, because there wasn't an emphasis on lyricism, right? Like prior to that, outside of from the people that we know are always gonna, you hear Jid, you're gonna hear some fire ass raps. I don't think I've never heard a bad Jid verse. I don't even think that exists.
Jid is him. But absolutely, you can tell the nigga influences and shit like that. But like I said, I think hip hop is in a self-imploding, like self-imploding like thing. Rap right now, hip hop is alive forever, but rap, man, there's so much talking heads, so much people not making music, so critical of it. It's eating itself alive.
You know, it's funny, right? We got a kind of different perspective because we've made music, you know what I'm saying, and rapped and put in blood, sweat, and tears. A lot of the voices, well, I wouldn't want to say a lot, right? Because I don't want to, because there are people that give a fuck and their voices are important to the culture. Like that's why I love Effective Immediately. I feel like DJ Head and Gina View's point of view on hip hop is important, right? The same thing how I feel like with Wayno's. Bro, you gotta watch Wayno, bro. I feel like you'd fuck with Wayno's point of view. He sounded like you. I was like, Nick will fuck with bro. But so there are voices that are important, right? I think Glasses is another one. Cause you put me on the Glasses. This man, I watch Glasses. Goddamn, I don't miss a damn episode Monday through Friday. Or Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But there are people's voices that are really important, right? That whole weight, and it comes from like an authentic place. But there's like an abundance of people that don't even make music, that are giving their opinions, and that are not even real hip hop fans. They actually, just because you're a Drake fan doesn't necessarily mean you a hip hop fan, right? Just because you love Drake, that don't mean that you goddamn listening to Ross Cos, you know what I'm saying, or fucking some obscure like Obi Trice, bruh. Yeah, you love Drake, you gotta love Obi Trice.
The pinnacle of rap.
Obi Trice, real name, no gimmicks, bruh. I swear to God, that was the illest marketing thing. I've never heard an Obi Trice song, bruh, but I know who Obi Trice is, bruh. No, I'm kidding. He did have a song. What was that song called? Let me see if I can find that shit. Actually, he had a record, bruh. But anyway,
Obi Trice went there for sure.
Hold on, Obi Trice. That bitch, my analytics say Obi-Wan. You know my fucking my algorithm tailored, but
Obi-Wan again.
I don't even know how to spell this shit, bruh. Obi Trice, real name, no gimmicks. Two trade up how girls go around the outside, bruh. Am used to be crazy, bruh. I remember you was like, bro, you gotta listen to the Slim Shady LP. And I remember the song that caught me was the one with him and Royce the 5'9", Bad Meets Evil. Where he was like, out of her words, we can get in two cars and accelerated each other to see which one will hurt first. That shit used to be crazy. I was like, oh my God. I didn't even, you know what I'm saying? My mind.
Was on his shit. I think Royce actually got the best of M.
You think so? That makes sense.
Possibly on that song, man. Royce was on his motherfucking bully back in them days, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. I went through I don't know when, but there was a while ago that I was listening to like the Obi Trice and M records. That not the ones that were on the albums, but just like like the throwaways and shit like that, where they'll just have like one long video with a bunch of rapping from M. Bruh, they was going for it. Some songs are about nothing, but they was going for it. And it sounded crazy. It sounded good, bruh. Damn, I missed that.
Just straight up just rapping.
Yeah. Damn, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to see what was this record that I remember the music video for, but I don't know which one it is. I see got some teeth. Ain't no way a man got a song called Got Some Teeth, bruh. There's no fucking way. Obi Trice got a song called Got Some Teeth. I'm about to play a video. Wait, what the fuck? Do I get in trouble if I play this on the cause it's on the pod? I mean, you can't hear it, bet. So that, cause I could this shit. Hold on. Wait. Oh, there we go. Obi Trice. Hey, Obi Trice about to get some streams, bro. But this not the song. Wait, it is the song. This man got a song called "Got Some Teeth." Is that a head reference?
Got some teeth.
Got Some Teeth is crazy.
I don't think I'm gonna say that anytime soon, nigga.
Hey, baby, let me get that teeth real quick. That teeth? That's what you get when your girl got... Get that tooth. That's what you gonna get when your girl got braces? You ever had a shorty with braces, bruh? and she just got them shits, and they got the wires in the. Oh my god, bro.
Nah, no sir, not the wires.
Nah. I remember. Obviously, I can't say, but Shorty had the braces, and like it was fresh, so the back of her braces had like some like wire type shit, right? Man, nah, bro, never again. I'm okay. Stop. I'm about to bleed. What are you doing? That shit dead, bro.
Shit, my nigga. Hey, gang, tap in on me tomorrow. Your boy off, man. It's Memorial Day, gang.
Oh, that's right. Nah, for sure. Nah, I'm gonna tap in, bro. I'm probably gonna end this pod soon too. Shit,
Memorial, bro.
man, stay blessed, brother.
Lord, gang, take it easy.
You too, brother. Love. Boom. Oh, how cool, bro. My dog was on the goddamn podcast, and we had a real conversation. It's funny, right? Cause like, there's a piece of me. It's funny, like my dog opinion. He just like, man, I don't give a fuck. These people hoes. I was like, man, that's so dope. Like, cause that's how I really feel, bro. And even though my opinion different, I was like, man, listen, don't fuck up my Kendrick verse. I don't now, nah. Kendrick is the greatest ever. Fuck you talking about? Yeah, bro, interesting. But this is like, me and like Nick and our collective of homies, bro. We grew up listening to hip hop and being real fans and having our favorite rappers and all this type of shit. So, it's interesting to see why we fell in love with it before, and then like what we influenced by shit now. It's crazy. I really thought I was gonna sit here and talk about my favorite rappers and shit. So it's dope that I got the homies involved. Like Fat was on here earlier too. So I think this is a dope ass episode, and I think it's an ill transition, right? Oh no. I'm thinking about. So Been Like That is the next episode, which I'm probably gonna drop within the week, cause it depends on my day off. But if not, for sure Sunday. I don't know how I'm gonna pull off for 2 hours of Been Like That, cause even in the context of the song, I'm just like I've been him. Like I've been confident. I've been skillful. I've been like, I've been putting in the work. I've been like, this is not. I ain't just pop up out of nowhere and just start rapping a year ago, bro. I got YouTube videos that are 13, 14 years old. So, and throughout this podcast series, I have kind of, documented my journey per se, but we'll see. Shit. Now I gotta start turning to current events. Hey, why you feel about this? There's always something to talk about. But I am grateful that even just having like the homies participate and stuff, and just hear like our point of views, and just whether you agree or not, and from a real place, from people that love it, right, and that's also maybe not participated on a professional level, but we was all in Fat Boy's room recording on a desk mic. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just having fun and trying to figure it out. I ain't gonna lie, low key want to drop the SPG mixtape on the YouTube. They ain't not gonna let me though, bro. I'm telling you, Crank That Grandma could go 4 times platinum. Crank That Grandma. So any fan that's invested, I hope that y'all tap it. It should be crazy. But anyways, man, because I introduced this last time. I guess this will be my last segment for the podcast. I don't even know how long this shit is. So, nerd talk. That was not cool. That was hella lame. But all right, whatever. We working on it. So apparently I just seen something yesterday that Tom Holland's Spider-Man might be in Doomsday, and they said it might be either a variant. Hold on, see, I got the visuals. My bad for the audio listeners. Y'all not gonna see this, but let me see. Goddamn. Just go to my algorithm. Shit gonna show. And I ain't gonna lie, my algorithm is fire. What the hell? I'm looking for a Spider-Man thing. It's gonna pop up. Where's my? Yeah, there you go. I know you thinking, which way you going? Smooth brother him, but I'm feeling like nothing. No, you see the method man respect my technique, and I ain't letting go nothing. No, I don't want. Something like this. Did they post it? Nah, who posted it, bruh? Oh, Den of Nerds. There you go, buddy. See this? Wait, I can't see it. I do it. This. There's a rumor, buddy. Den of Nerds is talking about this shit. Y'all can't hear it because I'm not trying to get copyrighted. But this is the photo, right? So they saying that this version, the Future Foundation Spider-Man, is gonna be in goddamn it's gonna be in Doomsday, and then it's like, all right, so is it gonna be a variant in some crazy variant fight, or is it gonna be is that the suit that Tom Holland's gonna get from Mr. Fantastic in the thing? And honestly, if it was up to me, this is what I'll do. Just as a fan, right? I think one, it'll be dope if it was like a surprise that that Tom Holland Spider-Man is in Doomsday, and that he gets the Future Foundation suit from Mr. Fantastic, right? Now, when because the thing is, I don't think we're gonna if Tom Holland's in Doomsday, unless he's getting the symbiote in Brand New Day, I don't think he gets the symbiote until actual Secret Wars. He's not gonna get it. If they don't give it to him in Brand New Day, because the idea is to pay homage to Avengers Secret War, like the original comic where he got the symbiote in the actual Secret Wars movie. So I think the idea would be to see him in the symbiote suit in Secret Wars. But with Doomsday, I think that would be ill, because even the transition, the Future Foundation suit is white and black, like the inverse of the symbiote suit. So that's even a perfect reason aesthetically. So when he gets the symbiote suit, for it to flip the colors, and then it could be like the traditional symbiote suit. I think that would be fucking gas if they're able to kind of blend them together. But then again, the biased person in me, I really hope not. I know this won't be in Doomsday, but in Secret Wars, right? The Spider-Man fan in me, I would love, like absolutely fucking love, if they did something where they kind of connected. You know how there's a lot of loose ends with Spider-Man, like the shit that had nothing to do with Tom Holland and them, and all these like Raven and the Venom franchise, and even they introduced Noel. I wish they kind of had, because not Battle Earth, what's this shit called? When Doctor Doom is supposed to make Battle World, it's supposed to be the world, like a new timeline, but everyone's has their own section or whatever the case may be. It's like this wild combined universe or everything. It would be ill if they took and it would be a perfect time too, because how, you know what I mean? If there's a Spider Island or whatever they was talking about, to make it symbiote thing, and then have like, okay, whatever Spider-Man and Spider Island, whatever they got going on here, let them have to deal with Noel and the symbiotes, and there's some Planet of the Symbiotes just going on here that they got to deal with, while other people are dealing with other shit, and then they'll figure out how to get Doom. But I think that would be an ill way to tie in, to bring fucking Tom Hardy, who played Venom, to bring him in. And two, I think it would be ill to bring, so he could bring the character Noel and do it justice, that plot thread that didn't, that ended up not actually doing something, because they're gonna reset the world anyway after this shit done. So might as well take full advantage and do, because I don't see them. I mean, I could be wrong, because I would think that the trilogy of the Tom Holland, the new trilogy, like Brand New Day and whatever the next two films is, I would assume the big the build up to the big film would be like a true live action Spider-Verse type thing, right? But I wouldn't see them doing like a Planet of the because people love symbiotes and that shit sells, but I don't see them making like a Planet of the Symbiotes movie, and like, you got the Avengers involved, and you know, oh man, there's a Wolverine symbiote and all this type. That'll be fire, but I don't think they'll do it. But they could have that as a subplot in Secret Wars. At least that's what I think. But anyways, that's my nerd talk for today. Bruh, I appreciate y'all for real. Thank y'all for anyone that's been tapped in or just, you know, supporting the podcast in any way. I'm definitely doing my best to be consistent with this as well, and, you know, just have dope conversations and all that. I'm actually, like, grateful and in gratitude, bruh, because I've been working my ass off and just trying to continue to be great, bruh. Like, and also give flowers and pay respect to the shit that I fuck with and stuff like that. And also, like, just, you know, bruh, just do stuff, bruh. Just do something. Be productive. Matter to the world. Anyways, I appreciate y'all. Y'all stay blessed. High vibrations, all that good shit. Peace.